Hello and welcome back to the Credit Academy. On today's episode, we're going to go over some of the ways you can find and access your FICO score. So you do know, especially from our previous episodes where we talked about how important not just your credit score is, but your FICO score is, that it is one of the most important aspects when it comes to you and your credit. Now, when it comes to where you can actually find your FICO credit score, it's going to be available in a number of locations. And there's honestly an overwhelming amount of resources as well, kind of attached to a lot of these locations. So it's kind of a win-win scenario where you can learn a little bit about credit as well as check your own credit score. And like always, if you are enjoying the content we are making, definitely be sure to hit that like and subscribe, as well as that bell notification to get notified anytime we go live with a new episode. Also, comment any questions or concerns or any video ideas you guys have. We'd love to hear from you guys about you and your credit journey. So jumping on into a brief primer on why the FICO credit score is very important. As you may recall from our previous episode discussing the FICO scoring model, 90% of all lenders are going to be using the FICO score. Now, that is a vast majority, so it's a very important score to always be considering and looking at. So according to a study done by LendingPointcom, 1 in 8 Americans are unaware of their credit score. Your FICO score can do a lot for you. Meanwhile, 12.5% of Americans are unaware of their total score. So, which means that if you're applying for brand new lines of credit, a lot of these types of people aren't even checking their credit score or aware of what exactly their kind of scoring model is at. Because if you do recall, your Vantage and FICO scores are going to be a little bit different, and a lot of people just look at one or the other. So regardless of the outcome of your credit application, it's important to note that a hard inquiry is always going to be applied to your credit report. So it's very, very important that you make each application count and you prepare as much as you can beforehand for said application. So this leads us into where exactly can you find your FICO credit score? Well, I want to start off with a slight disclaimer. While there are a couple different ways to really check your FICO credit score, there are going to be different kind of things you're going to have to accept, terms and condition wise, with each of these websites. So definitely read the fine print before you sign anything. So jumping on into the first one, we have Discover. Now, Discover gives members and non-members the option to access their own FICO score. But recently they did announce in June 6th of 2022, they're going to be limiting it to only card holders. So you only are going to have that option as a kind of non-card holder with Discover to be able to check your own FICO score through them. So the second option I want to discuss is going to be American Express. Now with this one, it is going to be limited to only those of you who have a card through them. And with most of the options I'll discuss that are major banking wise, they are going to be limiting those of you who can access your FICO credit scores through them if only you have a card. So with American Express, it is going to be through their mobile app. So those of you who have a card with them, you are probably inclined to do so, to download that app, and you can check your credit score at any time. So the next option you have is going to be Citibank. And with this one, you can check your credit score absolutely free through their services. Now, the FICO score you have access to is only going to be done through Equifax's credit report. So you're not getting all three of the credit bureaus kind of credit scores here. So you do want to keep in mind that you will have some varying scores with your FICO scores here. So through Bank of America, card members can check their credit scores for free, and it's going to be using the TransUnion score. So once again, you're not getting the other two major credit bureaus here. You're only getting TransUnion's, but it will kind of give you a ballpark estimate of where your current FICO score is at. Now, card members will also be able to track recent scores over time, which is great, especially for those of you who are trying to build or maybe rebuild your credit right now. So another way is through Ally Bank, and this is going to be for those of you who may have a auto loan through them. You're going to be able to check your FICO credit score there for free if you go on their kind of auto mobile paying app there. They're going to have an option there for you to check your own credit score, which is a great option for those of you who may have an auto loan through them. So not all credit unions are going to give you the option of checking your own credit score, but it is still worth asking, especially if you're already a part of one, to kind of see what their policies are there. Because on the off chance they do offer it to you, it can offer some great benefits for you tracking your scores. And larger credit unions like Navy Federal as well as DCU Credit Union do guarantee the option to check your own credit score. So if you're already a part of one of those kind of two credit unions, you can definitely check your FICO credit scores there. So we discussed some of the more free options if you're with any of those kind of major banking or lender sites. Now let's go into some of the paid options. Well, the first one, and you've definitely heard me talk about this before if you watch the Credit Agent Show playlist, we do have a MyFico website. Now, MyFico.com is going to be the most premier website when it comes to accessing your FICO scores because it's directly through FICO. Now, because it's directly through FICO, it's going to be the most accurate scores and it's going to offer all three credit bureaus. So you're going to get the most accurate representation of your credit scores. They also offer things like your mortgage scores as well as auto, credit cards, and general FICO scores. So you're not just getting the basic three there, you're getting every single FICO score pretty much, which is a huge tool to have in your toolbox. So they also offer kind of score simulators as well as score analysis and personalized interest rate offers. So overall, a fantastic website if you're willing to shell out the cash for it. Now, when it comes to kind of their payments, they do offer either a subscription plan or a one-time plan. Now, for a one credit bureau only check, it is going to be $19.95, whereas a 3 credit bureau check is going to be $60. So if you just want to check what your scores are before applying for, say, a mortgage, this may be the option to go instead of having to pay monthly or annually. But talking about some of their subscription plans then, their premier kind of complete 3 bureau coverage plan, which updates every single month for you, is going to be $39.95 per month. Their advanced complete 3 bureau coverage, which updates every 3 months, is going to be $29.95 per month. And then their basic plan, which is a 1 bureau check through Experian, which updates every month, is going to be $19.95 per month. So we definitely recommend you go with the subscription plan if you're currently building credit or rebuilding your credit, as you get the most accurate representation and up-to-date info on your credit scores. So another great website you can access your credit score from is going to be through Experian.com. Now, you'll recognize this name because it is one of the 3 major credit bureaus, but they do offer a plan for you if you choose to get your scores from all 3 of the major credit bureaus. But just checking your credit report and score through Experian alone is going to be $19.99, and then for the 3 credit bureau reports and FICO scores, it's $39.99. So all in all, it's another great option that you can have if you prefer it over MyFico.com. Now, if you wanted to keep track of, changes in your scores as well, then a subscription plan may be for you through Experian. And they have a basic plan, which is going to be that 1 credit bureau kind of score check through Experian with monthly updates and FICO score alerts, which is going to be completely free, which is fantastic. And then they have a premium plan, which is going to be the 3 major credit bureaus, which is monthly, with FICO score alerts, FICO score simulator, and additional FICO scores at $24.99 per month. So overall, it is going to be kind of the cheaper option to MyFico.com, but remember, this is going to be through one of the major credit bureaus instead of FICO score themselves. So we've talked a little bit about kind of the importance of getting some of these monthly plans because it allows you to monitor your credit, but what are some other credit monitoring services? Well, Equifax does have a section under My Personal Credit that's full of credit monitoring services and plans that we recommend. So if you're just wanting basic coverage, then Equifax Completes plan. It only monitors 1 credit bureau and provides ID theft protection for 1 adult at $9.95 per month, which is a fantastic package. There's also Equifax Complete Premier that they have available for you, which this version monitors all 3 credit bureaus and provides ID theft protection features for 1 adult for only $19.95 per month. And if you suspect unwanted activity on your credit reports and there's noticeable change on said reports or to your scores, then you may want to put a lift or a freeze, which Equifax allows you to do at the push of a button. It's very, very convenient, and it can also be removed at any time. There is going to be some other Experian credit monitoring services with Identity Works Premium Premium, which is kind of their premium package for identity theft protection, which offers 3 credit bureaus being monitored at all times with FICO score alerts. Additional FICO scores are also being monitored, and you're insured up to $1 million. And this is only $19.95 per month, a very good bang for your buck. Now, if this seems a little bit out of your price range, they do offer Identity Works Plus, which only offers your Experian report and score being monitored, but it will insure you up to $500,000 still and comes in at $19.99 per month. So you're not getting all 3 bureaus, but still you're protecting at least one of your credit reports there. The benefit of both of these plans is, once again, you can lock and freeze your credit at will at the flip of a switch. So the minute you suspect activity or you get an alert, you can definitely put a freeze or a kind of hold on your credit scores. So that's about all I have for today. So if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to give us a thumbs up, as well as subscribe and hit that bell to be notified anytime we go live, as well as comment anything or questions you have down below for the chance to be featured in the next video. We also have a bunch of Facebook groups I'll have listed down below where we have community members ready to help people just like you. And definitely be sure to check out our other social media platforms and our podcast, which we are posting regularly. So again, thank you guys so much for tuning on in, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.